I've never seen the demand for precious metals even remotely close to what I'm seeing right now, ever in 34 years. Not even close, not by a million miles. And I will stick to what I've been saying on your show for the past 2 years. This market will define itself by the inability to source product when the music stops.
Welcome to Silver News Daily, your ultimate destination for all things precious metals. If you're passionate about the glimmer of silver and the world of precious metals, you're in the right place. By hitting that magical subscribe button, you're joining a community of like-minded thinkers who see the potential of silver and precious metals shaping the future. Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the latest news and updates. Hey there, it's your friend. Let's dive straight into some golden news, and trust me, it's more exciting than you might think. Gold prices have been sparkling, reaching their highest in recent weeks. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why the spike? Well, the US dollar taking a little step back. Gold saw its opportunity into the December futures, especially with the major Federal Reserve decision. So, gold futures for December, think of these as agreements to buy gold at a set price in December and surge time. They close at a pretty impressive number. Let's just say in the high 1900s an ounce at the max. This is the best performance we've seen since early September. And our silver, oh, it didn't disappoint either. December's silver futures gleamed, adding a little to making its mark and settling nicely below 23 ounces. Platinum and palladium, they had their dance too. Platinum rose gracefully, while palladium had a slight dip. As for our friend copper, it settled somewhere in the high 80s per pound. Now, here's something to ponder. Even with external factors like the US dollar and treasury yields stirring the pot, gold has stood firm, savoring its gains. Many experts, like Adam Cruz, find this resilience a positive indicator for gold's future. Remember last week, gold futures nudged up by 0.2%. Everything counts. Inflation, which used to be a major buzzword, is now hitting a vaccine. Word around town is that the Federal Reserve has some decisions up its sleeve, and even if they tweak the rates, the focus will soon shift to the next steps for our economy. This could lead to a time when markets play by their own rules. If the winds blow right, this might just be the golden age for our gold futures. As we wait with bated breath, the Federal Reserve's September meeting is wrapping up soon. But here's a little insider tip: they might just keep those interest rates steady. With all this unfolding, the US dollar index was kind of like a scoreboard for the dollar against many currencies, a 0.3% dip. But hold on to your hats, because despite a slight dip this month, gold remains resilient and on the 6% rise this year. Stick around, my friend. Our journey is just beginning, and I promise there's much more shimmer and shine to come. Now, just between you and me, gold has been basking in its glory land. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. Analysts at ICICI Bank have been hard at work, reporting the data, and you're noticing something intriguing. For a while now, gold prices have been moving a tad below. The reason? Well, it seems to be reflecting the current trend in U.S. real yields. Yet don't be disheartened, because gold is still standing strong, having climbed by about 6% this year. Now there's a term that's been going around as soft landing. For our community, this means the economic phase where adjustments happen smoothly without any major disruptions. Given the U.S. economy's current trajectory, markets seem to anticipate some soft landing scenario, which might be a general cap on gold's equal launch. Here's where it gets juicy. If the Federal Open Market Committee, or fall for short, decides to pivot, we could be looking at some substantial shifts in the game, especially if they prepare the markets for potential rate cuts starting from the second quarter of 2024. All right, let's pivot to our shining star, silver. As it tries to edge closer to a significant moving average, gold too hints at a steady climb. You see, there's a major economic event on the horizon. Everyone's eyes and ears are tuned to the fall rate decision and those much-anticipated quarterly forecasts. These aren't just numbers or percentages. They provide us a peek into the minds of the big players, giving insights into their thoughts on growth, inflation, and yes, the ever-important interest rates. Word on the street is that the FOMC is holding their cards close to their chest. The market feels that they might keep the rates unchanged, letting the previous rate hikes do their magic in the real world. After all, data-driven decision-making is their mantra. You see, gold's reaction is like that of a finely tuned instrument, resonating to the chords of the US dollar and US Treasury yields. The aftermath of the FOMC statement is sure to ripple through these waters. Add to that the rising oil prices, and we have ourselves a thrilling narrative replete with inflation concerns and monetary maneuvering. Gold's behavior recently has been intriguing. It's been testing the waters around the 200-day simple moving average. For those new to the lingo, think of it as gold's performance track record over the past 200 days. This gives us a glimpse of its trajectory, showing patterns of peaks and troughs. For now, gold seems to be in this dance of making slightly lower highs, yet also higher lows. It's like a balancing act, and it's holding a pivotal position right in the face of a narrowing range. Let's keep our eyes on this space. The story is unfolding, and there's more to come from the shimmering world of gold and silver. Just stay tuned to Silver News Daily, and I promise you won't miss a beat. If you've been tracking the charts like I have, you might have noticed something fascinating about silver lately. Did you catch it? For the past month, silver has been treading water, maintaining a sort of tight sideways pattern. But like the calm before the storm, the experts are hinting at an impending breakout, one direction or the other. And given its historical performance, silver's volatility promises us quite the show. Hang tight because this ride's about to get wild. Now let's stroll down memory lane for a moment. Remember the economic events of the past few months? The geopolitical tensions, the supply chain hiccups, the inflation headlines? All these factors, like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, interlock to impact our beloved metals, gold and silver. In the current climate, silver is acting a bit like gold's shadow, echoing its larger counterparts' movements, but often with amplified reactions. So, while gold might take a step, silver often takes a leap. Enter industrial demand. Silver isn't just a pretty face or a means of investment. A massive chunk of silver's demand stems from its industrial usage. Be it in electronics, solar panels, or even those antibacterial socks you got last Christmas, silver's there, working its magic. And with industries booming and global markets expanding, the demand for silver is poised to shoot up. There's an old saying among traders, buy on the rumors, sell on the news. Well, whispers are swirling about potential mine shutdowns and strikes in major silver-producing regions. If these rumors are even half true, it could mean a dip in supply. And what happens when demand goes up but supply dips? Elementary, my dear viewers, prices are bound to react and potentially in a dramatic fashion. Are you starting to feel the excitement? Can you sense that magnetic pull, urging you to delve deeper into the world of precious metals? The ebb and flow of gold and silver's market is as thrilling as it is rewarding. Every chart, every data point, every whisper on the way tells a story. And I'm here with Silver News Daily to guide you through every twist and turn. If this is a movie, we'd be at the edge of the scene. Stay glued, together we'll navigate this dynamic legal saga of silver. I've always believed that to truly appreciate the present, we need to look into the future. Not a crystal ball, but a well-informed forecast. So here's what we whisper about. Yep, that's the name popping up here. Word around the street is there could be a rate hike in the works. Now, for all our newbies out there, rate hikes can sway the world of gold and silver, and with an increase of just 0.25% might seem like a drop in the bucket. It's sending ripples across the market. Jerome Powell, in his signature style, often emphasizes inflation. The big question on everyone's mind: what's next? Well, if the buzz is to be believed, we might soon find ourselves in a new phase of market normalcy, a state where markets act independently, free from external influences. Imagine that, and all this equilibrium is indeed enticing. A little bird told me that around 2024, we could witness the Federal Reserve doing about-face and cutting rates once again. If you've been around the block a few times, you'll know that this is music to the ears for gold enthusiasts. I know, you're wondering about the dollar. Gold, as many of you seasoned viewers know, has this intriguing dance with the US dollar. When the dollar flexes its muscles, gold tends to be a bit more reserved. Recent data indicates a slight dip in the dollar's strength, and if you're an avid watcher like I am, this information is as golden as it gets. Month to date, gold prices have been somewhat modest. They've taken a slight dip, but hey, it's still shining brighter by about 6% for this year. Analysts from a renowned bank hint at a soft landing scenario for the US economy, suggesting that gold might experience a little turbulence, but nothing too stormy. Now, if the FOMC, the big players in the monetary game, pivot to a neutral stance and give hints of potential rate cuts by the second quarter of 2024, we might see a whole new chapter in the gold saga. Before I wrap up this section, let me leave you with this tantalizing tidbit. Remember, every forecast, every projection is but a signpost. The true thrill is in the journey, and as long as you're here with me and Silver News Daily, every turn in the road promises to be an adventure. Alright, my friends, diving a bit deeper. Have you ever been curious about those key technical levels that experts always mention? Think of it as the pulse of gold, a way for us to gauge its current health and future direction. Gold's been acting like a mysterious character in a thriller novel, circling around this crucial point. But here's the thing, its full momentum seems to be playing hard to get. As we approach the middle of the week, we've got a storm of economic data on the horizon. Everyone's talking about the FOMC rate decision, and the market is buzzing with speculation about what the forecast might reveal. Growth, inflation, interest rates, the big trifecta we're all eager to decode. From whispers in the financial corridors, there's a massive consensus suggesting the FOMC will likely stay put on rates. It seems they're leaning towards a wait-and-see approach, allowing past interest rate shifts to do their magic on the economy. Honestly, it's a prudent strategy. And here's the juicy part. Gold's expected reaction after the FOMC's announcement. Both the value of the US dollar and the Treasury yields are shaping up to be major players in this narrative. These three, gold, the dollar, and yields, always seem to be in this interconnected dance, with each step influencing the other. Add to that the recent spike in oil prices, and the plot thickens, putting renewed concerns of inflation back on the table. For those of you who love chart talk, gold's been making moves, brushing against a critical average, often referred to as the 200-day simple moving average. It's like watching an intricate dance: peaks, valleys, suspense, and anticipation. Currently, resistance appears to be looming near 1,937, and support seemingly established near 1,915, and a subsequent more pronounced low around 1,901. To wrap this up, while these numbers and trends are compelling, it's the narrative they craft that truly captivates. A tale of anticipation, tenacity, and the fascinating world of economics. Remember, as we continue this journey with Silver News Daily, it's not just about numbers, but the stories, passion, and intrigue behind these metals that make every moment captivating. But here's a thought for all you silver enthusiasts tuning in. You might be thinking, we've been chatting quite a bit about gold, but what's the scene with silver? Well, similar to its golden counterpart, silver too is making its moves, attempting to test an equally significant moving average. These moving averages, both for gold and silver, give us a snapshot, an insight, if you will, into potential future trends. Now, while gold often takes the limelight, let's not forget that silver has its own set of advantages. It's versatile, widely used in industries, and like gold, it's been a trusted store of value for centuries. Plus, it has a unique charm, a glint that has caught the eye of many an investor. One thing that both gold and silver share is their reaction to global events. And this week is crucial, with a lot hanging on the FOMC rate decision and those eagerly awaited quarterly forecasts. We've touched on this earlier, but it bears repeating due to its significance. This upcoming data is not just numbers on a screen, it's a pulse on the market's current thoughts and potential future movements. The FOMC and its decisions cast a wide net, influencing a plethora of assets. Their verdict could provide valuable insight into the committee's thoughts on growth, inflation, and, of course, interest rates. The anticipation is thick in the air, and the outcome will undoubtedly shape the narrative for both gold and silver in the near future. However, amidst all this, there's a silent player, the US dollar. Its strength, its movements, are like the background music in this saga. It might not always be in your face, but its influence is undeniable. Add to that the US Treasury yields, and you have a captivating dance of economics, one that keeps us on our toes, always eager to know the next step. Whether you're deeply invested in these metals or just starting your journey into the world of precious commodities, the twists and turns in their stories never cease to amaze. Stay tuned, because in our next segment, we'll delve even deeper into these narratives and the underlying currents that shape them. All right, dear friends, as we approach the finale of today's enlightening journey, let's take a moment to absorb everything we've covered. Both gold and silver, those shimmering beacons of wealth and trust, have danced through history and continue to make waves in today's intricate financial landscape. From the Federal Reserve's decisions to global economic shifts, these precious metals have stories that are intertwined with the very fabric of our financial world. However, as we relish in the thrill of these tales and contemplate the potential moves, it's vital to remember that investing always comes with its set of risks. While I even provide you with the latest updates and insights here on Silver News Daily, always remember the importance of doing your own research and consulting with a trusted financial advisor before making any investment decisions. And hey, if you found value in this video, do consider hitting that subscribe button. Not only does it motivate me to continue sharing my passion for gold, silver, and everything in between, but it also ensures that you won't miss out on any of our future updates. Lastly, from the depths of my heart, thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Investing isn't just about numbers, it's about people's stories and the dreams we're all trying to achieve. So until next time, take care, make informed choices, and keep that passion for precious metals burning bright.